If you're looking to learn a language in the shortest time frame possible, then this video is for you. Hi there everyone, my name is Nasli and welcome to my first languages video. Just a background story for me and why my opinion is valid and why my kind of guide into how to learn a language will be good is I learned 3 languages. I learned English when I came to England about 6 years ago. I'm originally from Russia, so I speak Russian, English, as well as German, which I learned for my GCSEs, which took me about 6 months to learn. Yes, you heard that right. It took me 6 months to learn German and get a 9 in my GCSE, which is the highest grade possible. I'm also currently learning Italian, which is very interesting. It's easy to learn, it's very similar to English, and I'm enjoying it so far. So I have a relatively big experience when it comes to learning foreign languages. And what I noticed throughout my experience is one important thing that is actually the fundamental part of learning any language, is that the more you get exposed to a certain language, to a foreign language, the better you learn it. There are actually numerous studies that suggest that if you expose yourself to the language, you're more likely to learn it faster, as well as pick up just words, idioms, and understand the language as well as the culture much better. The best simile would be that your brain works like a sponge. So the more you expose yourself to the language and your brain absorbs every word, every idiom, etc., the better you learn it, the quicker you learn it. So you're absorbing the language like a sponge. So what are the benefits of learning a language? Well, firstly, scientists have proven that learning a language increases our cognitive abilities. You're literally becoming smarter by learning a foreign language. It's very useful for you. For example, if you're going on holiday, you meet new people, and there is no language barrier between you and the people of that country. You understand their culture, you speak their language, and so you form a deeper connection to that place you will go to. You'll be able to meet more people that share similar interests to you if you speak their language. So overall, you're becoming smarter, meeting new people, and just having an exciting and fun time learning a new language. So let's get to the actual guide into how you can learn it fast. There are actually 2 steps that I personally always take. The first one, you gotta build a fundamental understanding about the language. Simple sentences, the different structures, where the verbs go, where the nouns go, adjectives, etc., adverbs. To learn the basics of the language, I recommend using an app called Duolingo. They have many different options for the languages that you would like to learn. I used Duolingo for about 3 months of learning German, and it really helped me understand the subject, learn the different simple structures as well as more complex structures, as well as just start getting used to hearing the language. The app is really interactive, so I definitely recommend checking out Duolingo for the first part. After you learn the basics, the key part is exposing yourself to the language. So you want to expose yourself to the language through books, films, cartoons, comics, anything that you can get your hands on that is going to expose you to the language is good. So what I would usually do, for example, while I have my breakfast or I'm eating my lunch, when I was particularly preparing for my German exam, I would watch something like Family Guy in German. You can also watch news in that language that you're currently learning, read books, which is really important because by reading books, your brain starts picking out the different structures that are used for that language, as well as picking up new words. And by you reading the book, you learn the structure of the language, you absorb the words, and you start understanding much better. You build up your vocab, you build up your grammar, and it's great. Another tip would be finding a pen pal online. There are many different websites which you can use to find pen pals who are willing to learn English, for example, and who already know French, and you're trying to learn French. So you can communicate to them, you can talk to them in French, they can talk to you in English. Therefore, it's a mutual kind of symbiotic relationship. So you guys can learn off each other the different languages that you're going to be learning. So just to emphasize the main point, you need to expose yourself as much as you possibly can to the language. If you have the chance, visit the country that speaks that language that you're learning. It'll be fun to visit a new country as well as it will help you understand their culture, learn language much better, and it will be a great experience overall. For example, when learning German, I saved up a bit of money and then went with my friends over to Berlin for a couple of days on holiday. I tried to speak to as many people as possible in there, anyone I could meet at the shop, at the hotel, at the different places we visited, and it was fun as well as it was very beneficial for my German. So just to recap, the most fundamental thing, you need to expose yourself to the language. So start learning the basics using Duolingo, for example. After you learn the basics, get exposed to the language. Start reading books, watching films, listening to news, watching cartoons, whatever it is, anything you can get your hands on, just do it. Practice the language by exposing yourself to it through the different means, and there are tons of different things you can use to get exposed to the language. Get a pen pal if you can, start communicating to people, find friends who speak that language and try speak that language to them. The more you practice, the better you become. As well as becoming better at knowing the language, your rate of learning actually increases the more you practice. Essentially, your abilities of being a sponge increases. The more you practice, the faster you'll be able to absorb new information, new words, new grammar, etc., which is very useful for you. So get out there, start learning new languages. It'll be all fun, super useful, and it'll be a great experience for you. So good luck with learning your languages, and if you would like, you can join our Discord server where I have a personal languages channel where people communicate and talk about the different languages they're learning, which is also a fun experience. You can find friends, share some ideas and knowledge about the languages you're learning, and maybe even there you will be able to find a pen pal. If you found this video useful, please consider subscribing as well as leaving the like, comment down below if you would like to, and I'll see you guys in the next videos. Bye bye for now.